You've actually been in survival mode. You've been paying bills, studies, side hustles, handling crises, juggling family, and somewhere along the way, your art slipped through your fingers and you don't even feel connected to it anymore, let alone like yourself. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast, where artists of all kinds come to fuel their passion, sharpen their skills, and thrive in their creative lives. I'm your host, Lara Bianca-Pilcher, life and creativity coach and fellow artist, here to support you on your artistic journey. Whether you're a performer, writer, visual artist, or any kind of artist, this is the space for real talk, practical advice, and inspiring stories. Subscribe and join us each week for more inspiration and actionable insights to fuel your artistry. Let's dive in and get inspired. Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. I'm Lara Bianca-Pilcher, sat here with my flat white. It's lunchtime and I am recording this from my little home studio. And I'm a life and creativity coach if you're new here, and there are so many new here. So I thank you for joining me on this journey to become healthier, wealthier, wiser artists. I'm also an artist, and your reminder that your art matters in this moment. We're talking about what happens when survival mode takes over and you feel disconnected from your creativity. Because it sneaks up on you, this disconnection, and how to find your way back. Life is full of seasons, highs, lows, and everything in between. And I've seen it with my coaching clients again and again. They hit a season of stress, financial strain, or family illness, or burnout from day jobs, or just emotional burnout and grief because their career's not quite going how they want as an artist. And suddenly, their art disappears. It might look like you're a dancer who once trained daily and hasn't stepped into the studio for months. And you think, I don't like it anymore, but that's not it at all. Or maybe you're a writer who stares at a blank laptop or page and can't muster a word anymore. Or an actor who is avoiding more self-tapes or auditions, not because they don't care, but because you somehow started feeling hollow about it all, numb and disconnected from it, and the joy that you once had feels distant. Survival mode is so sneaky for artists. It tells you, just get through this week, just manage the chaos, but weeks turn into months, and before you know it, you don't just feel tired, you feel numb. And that numbness whispers, maybe I'm not an artist anymore. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I'm not good enough. And that disconnection continues. But what you might not realize as the truth is that survival mode may pause your art in your life or your opportunities, but it doesn't erase your identity as an artist. Psychologists call this cognitive narrowing, which is a beautiful word if you look at the word narrow and narrowing. When we're in stress or survival mode, the brain cuts off access to long-term creative thinking. You literally don't have bandwidth for your imagination. And it's just a normal part of how we're wired because your surviving mode areas of your brain need to be the ones taking over to get you through, to make sure you have the shelter, to make sure you have water, to make sure you have a roof over your head. And sometimes that means that that creative part of you feels really disconnected. And even if it's not like water, you've got that. Yes, great. Thank you, Lara. I've got shelter, got that. For some reason, that survival mode stuff is still in your nervous system and you're still disconnected in ways that maybe were triggered in ways you can't see right now. So as a life and creativity coach, I'm International Coaching Federation, PCC, Professional Certified Coach, not a psychologist. But here's what I do know about biology, that's what it is in this situation. It's not actually failure. Your brain is wired to keep you alive first. And creative second. And so it's not a failure, it's just a part of keeping us alive. But it doesn't always fire in the way that we might think. Because identity isn't performance. Not making art doesn't mean you're not an artist. It just means you're in a season of something else and your nervous system is telling you otherwise. But small re-entry points work best if this is you. Instead of asking, how do I write a novel that I've been dreaming of? Or maybe ask yourself, can I write a messy paragraph today? And instead of saying, how do I choreograph my one-woman show? Ask, can I move my body to one song today? And this is where my coaching comes in. Survival mode thrives on all or nothing thinking, but reconnection happens in tiny, intentional, beautiful creative steps. They don't have to be beautiful. I just like that word. But that's how we get reconnected. There's all or nothing, survival mode thinking, but reconnection happens in tiny, intentional steps. And honestly, if you're nodding along because you feel stuck in survival mode, I've created something for you. If you haven't already got it, it's called Stuck in a Creative Rut, my free coaching guide with 3 simple steps to help you reignite momentum and reconnect with your art. Download it at laurabiancapilcher.com. But maybe you've already got that and you're ready for something deeper. My mini course, Reignite Your Creativity in 7 Days, is just $37. I wanted it to be affordable for you. It's quick, doable, and designed for artists exactly like you. So here's what I want you to hear. Survival mode doesn't mean failure. You're not failing, my artist friend. It means you've been just human, a human being with the human vulnerabilities that are beautiful and there for a reason in our design. You've been carrying a lot, and now it's time to take back one piece of your creative identity, not by overhauling your entire life in this moment, but by daring to make one small choice for your art this week. And I say daring because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And when you don't get that, you've got to do something different. So take that daring one different step, a small choice that you haven't taken for your art this week. And I truly believe that when none of us are behind, we're where we're meant to be, and you're still an artist, and the world needs what you can bring as an artist. I've said this metaphor before and I love it. But if you think of all of us as artists gathered round a big communal table, all of us have a dish to the bring and share or the potluck, and we all get to put our dish on the table, and all of that contributes to a beautiful feast for this world and feeds all of those in the room. So that's why I think that it really matters that your contribution is there, because only you can bring it just the way you made it. And don't let comparison here in this metaphor. Yes, there's going to be somebody's dish, always, that's more popular, more people like it, maybe it even tastes better, maybe it looks better, but your dish is still on that table and it still matters. It matters for you and it matters for your audience. There is an audience for every stage and every level. I've seen it over many years. I really believe it. So this week, choose one tiny reconnection with your art, coming out of that survival mode. If you need to, I like to do this, put my hand on my chest, tell my nervous system, I'm safe. Take those deep breaths to tell my nervous system, I'm safe. And then encourage myself with kind self-talk. Things like, you can do this. You matter. Your work matters. Not vanity affirmations, but actual true beliefs, belief systems in your mind that need to be rewired. So choose one tiny reconnection with your art, 5 minutes with a sketchbook, 10 minutes of free writing, a single song to dance to, and just let that be enough. And if you are really wanting the extra support, book a one-on-one coaching session with me. Go to my website, go to coaching, and you can work out there just very easily how to connect. Send me an email and we can do a one-on-one together. You'll be amazed at the scientific journey that it takes you through, that I'm trained in to help you establish yourself as an artist, but also come out of that place of overwhelm in your life and survival mode and back into what matters in your life right now in this moment. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist. Remember, you're not alone in this. Your creativity is still inside of you, waiting, no matter what age or stage you are. Next week, we're going to go even deeper with how to build a life that supports your art. And my book coming out early next year is actually a framework for this, but I'm not giving it away in the next episode entirely, but I am going to lean towards it a little bit for you. But don't miss it, and don't forget, grab your free guide, Stuck in a Creative Rut, at my website, laurabiancapilcher.com. It's in the show notes as well, and I will be back with another episode next Tuesday. They drop at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. All right, with you on the journey, friends. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an inspiring conversation or actionable insight. You can read the show notes and learn more at laurabiancapilcher.com. And be sure to share this episode with fellow artists who could use a little extra inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, stay audacious, and remember, your artistry matters.